future superstars of Monday Night Raw, of SmackDown Live. Ladies and gentlemen, this is NXT.
Hello and welcome to episode number 30 of WITM Season 6 and to NXT, where we have yet another pay-per-view quality card for you. It starts off with a rare Fatal 4-Way match featuring 4 members of the NXT Cruiserweight division. It's going to see Tony Nese versus Jake Atlas versus Mansoor versus the Laughing Evangelist Gerald of WITM. That'll be our first of 2 WITM matches on this card, and then we have a huge main event because it's going to see the NXT North American Champion Dexter Lumis face off against not just 2 WITM members, but 2 former members of the generation, including the leader himself. Just happen to be the top 2 contenders to his title and the men he will defend the title against. They are the former leader of the generation, Aaron Danger, a man who's been chasing the North American title since day one, gets another opportunity here. And then competing in just his second match in the WWE, his first singles match, Matt Olson comes in this match as the number 2 contender, good enough to earn him an opportunity here. That is a huge main event because not only will the winner be crowned NXT North American Champion, they will defend the NXT North American title in 2 weeks during the Great American Bash with both the North American title and the NXT Championship currently held by Johnny Gargano on the line. So huge stakes at tonight's main event. But first up is that Fatal 4-Way Cruiserweight match featuring WITM's Gerald as he takes on Tony Nese, Jake Atlas, and Mansoor in Cruiserweight action, where each man has just a 25% chance of walking out with a victory and likely climbing high up the Cruiserweight division rankings. That said, let's get this matchup underway.
This right here, this is why I'm the premier athlete. And let me show you something else. Let's count it out together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's 8 reasons why I'm the premier athlete. 8 reasons why I'm better than each and every one of you.
And his opponents, first, from Long Island, New York, weighing in at 196 pounds, the premier athlete, Tony Nese. And from Charlotte, North Carolina, weighing in at 205 pounds, Gerald.
All power, he contains it. The man on his own, abandoned the throne of approach across stainless. Death couldn't shake him or derail. 3 nails could pierce but couldn't break him or make him appear taken away from his mere nature. Not while slumber is hovering over the block. I pray that my peers wake up. We were born out of alignment. The perfect timing is now to check for a pulse. If you ain't rock by him, high opponent be biased when I peep the timeline behind him and see no highness as high as him. He reigns Lord, firearms are too short to aim for him. Call him extremist, he leaks Katrina's with his brainstorming. That's quite enormous, to say the least. I got is a beast, his rap is the sound of a lion roaring. Since he's topped by none, I'm on hip-hop's front line, screaming from the top of my lungs. I got.
There's the bell. This Cruiserweight Fatal 4-Way is underway. Tony Nese already trying to put an end to this match. Jake Atlas trying to do the same. Right now is Tony Nese, the real-life former Cruiserweight champion, going after Gerald. Mansoor goes after Jake Atlas as they take their fight to the outside. There's a suplex from Nese to Gerald. And a stomp to the chest. Now Nese forces Gerald to his feet, but Gerald is able to reverse. Gerald has been pretty impressive so far here in WITM Season 6, coming up just short during the Number 1 Contenders Tournament of earning a title shot against then champion Andrew before he was bested by the man who would go on to become NXT Cruiserweight Champion Isaiah Scott in the semi-final. Now looking to climb his way up the rankings and perhaps be the first man to challenge Isaiah Scott. A win here in a Fatal 4-Way would go a long way, as now all 4 men are fighting on the outside, trying to use that ringside environment to wear down their opponent quickly and gain momentum even faster. There's a backbreaker from Gerald to Tony Nese, and Gerald wants to take the match back inside the ring as Mansoor and Atlas continue to fight at ringside. Mansoor now joins Gerald and Nese in the ring, but then they go back to the outside as Gerald has Nese up on the top turnbuckle, but Nese was able to reverse and get back down to the canvas where he attacks Gerald. Looks like Mansoor is going to be the first man to suffer significant health damage here with his body in the yellow zone as Nese shows off that power and slams Gerald into the mat. Gerald, momentum-wise, does have the advantage early on, but now does have his head in the yellow zone as Nese flexes and shows off his physique. Nese shoves his boot into the face of Gerald and now forces him back to his feet. Nese able to reverse the clothesline with a series of gut kicks and a leg sweep to take Gerald back down to the mat, but Gerald is able to show some agility of his own and connect a huge cutter, almost RKO-like, to send Gerald, or rather send Nese to the canvas and go for cover, which Nese powers out of immediately. Mansoor and Atlas now in the ring, and Gerald will turn his attention to Jake Atlas and connect with a swinging neck breaker. That's going to send Atlas to the outside to recover. Gerald was trying to go after Mansoor, but Nese got to him first. And now Gerald will join his opponents on the outside.
The Fatal 4-Way match works like this. 4 superstars are in the ring.
As Nese showboats, Gerald tries to go after Mansoor, but Mansoor reverses. And it seems like Nese and Gerald are going to form a temporary alliance here to try to take out Mansoor, but Gerald accidentally took out Nese in the process. Now goes into mounted punches on Mansoor as Nese yet again showboats. Now it's Gerald and Mansoor fighting on the outside as Mansoor takes a turn to showboat now. Nice and Atlas fight inside the ring as Nice just showboats and showboats and showboats. Very narcissistic and proud of his physique is Tony Nice. You can see him trying to flaunt it constantly during this matchup, but will that prove costly? Gerald now fighting Mansoor has the worst amount of health damage. His body is in the orange zone. Gerald may be able to put him away with a well-placed spear. All 4 men have health damage now, and Gerald thinking just that as he goes for a big boot, but Nice goes for cover on Atlas and gets a 2 count. Nice in shock that was not enough to put Atlas away and win this matchup. Now Gerald trying to capitalize off of Nice's offense with a future shock DDT to Atlas. There's another future shock to Atlas. That's going to send him tumbling outside. Now Gerald and Nice, the lone 2 men standing, and they'll fight inside the ring as their opponents recover. Both men have finishers in their arsenal. We'll see if either of them is able to use it before their opponents get involved. Looks like that may be too late as here comes Mansoor with an uppercut to Gerald. Mansoor goes for cover, and Gerald powers out almost immediately.
He's bringing it back inside the ring now.
All 4 men now inside the ring as Gerald Irish Mansoor into the corner. Mansoor reverses with a massive clothesline as Atlas sends Nice to the outside. Gerald now has 2 body parts in the yellow zone. Mansoor goes for cover. And Gerald powers out at 2. Mansoor in shock that was not enough to pick up a victory. Mansoor now with a spine buster to Gerald. Gerald forced up to his feet. And slammed back into the mat as Atlas goes for cut on Nice. And gets a 2 count. Mansoor now with all 3 opponents down has an opportunity here. And connects with a backbreaker to Nice. However, Mansoor apparently, I don't know, he's going to take flight here. Who's his target going to be? It's going to be Tony Nice as Mansoor connects with a diving elbow drop, but that's going to be broken up by Gerald. Gerald takes out Atlas with a swift chop to the chest and goes for cover with his opponents distracted, but Mansoor finally notices it and breaks it up at 1. Gerald now going for another cover to the down Tony Nice, and that gives him a 2 count. Gerald thought that would be enough to win this matchup, but it will continue. Tony Nice now in danger of injury. His head is in the red zone as Gerald lays a big boot to his chest. Atlas trying desperately to break up that cover and finally does. Gerald leaps over Nice, but Atlas is waiting there. With I thought was going to be a power bomb, instead it's going to be a suplex floating up Gerald like an accordion. Now all 4 men in the ring. Nice and Gerald now trading blows. Mansoor now in injury danger as well with his body in the red zone. Gerald lands a strike, but looks like they took a little bit out of him as well. Gerald with a nice reversal of the super kick, catching the leg of Nice mid-kick. But now Nice plunging the head of Gerald into his knee, sending Gerald to the outside to recover. As Mansoor tries to go for cover on Atlas, it's going to be broken up by Nice.
It's not over yet.
Gerald taking quite a bit of time to recover there on the outside. Nice now has 2 body parts in the red zone, definitely Very high risk of injury for Tony Nese. As Mansoor is sent to the outside. Atlas and Nese fight inside the ring. They'll be joined now by Gerald. Gerald with a big boot to Nese. Atlas now goes for cover, but Gerald caught a rope break. Gerald now in very high risk of injury. 2 body parts in the red zone. This may be the last we see of Gerald for a couple of weeks. This may be the last we see of 3 members of the already thin cruiserweight division for a while, with how brutal this match has been to these men's bodies. There's a lariat from Gerald. Uppercut from Mansoor to Gerald. Backbreaker to Gerald. How much more punishment can he take? How much more punishment can any of these men take? Is it about to end here? Atlas trying to end it here. He has all 3 men down, so this is a huge opportunity for Jake Atlas. But Mansoor is able to somehow pull out a reversal. All 4 men in the ring, not all of them standing, but all 4 men in the ring. Gerald connects with a spear out of nowhere to Tony Nese and goes for cover. His opponent's distracted enough. No, they are not. Jake Atlas there to break up the cover. These 4 men have taken massive punishment. What is it going to take to keep one of these men down, even with the injury risks? There's Atlas, yet another one of those suplexes to Nese. Gerald connects with a future shock DDT. Gerald now showboating a bit, but needs to focus on the opportunity he has here now with all his opponents down, and he's going for a comeback sequence. He wants another big boot. And he'll get it. But first he'll go for cover on Nese. And Nese, even though he has 2 body parts in the red zone, somehow manages to power out of that comeback sequence. But there's that big boot. Gerald taking out 2 men with 1 big boot, both Mansoor and Nese, and now there's a spear to Mansoor. Atlas, however, breaks it up. Hurricane Rana by Atlas. He gets an opportunity with all 3 men down. Atlas not quite sure what to do and elects to lock in a submission. Or rather a technical move to the arm. Atlas again kind of struggling to figure out what to do here. He needs to act quickly, but he takes too long. Mansoor gets to his feet, connects with a super kick, and goes for cover. That's going to be broken up by Tony Nese. All 4 men now at high risk of an injury. If one of those reds turns into a purple, we have an officially injured superstar. Gerald now will be sent to the outside to recover. However, I don't think Atlas is going to give him that time to recover. He goes after him at ringside and wants him back inside the ring. He hurt. Atlas showboating a bit, and that allows Gerald time to reverse, and he goes for a big boot, but Atlas evades. Meanwhile, Mansoor goes for cover, and Nese powers out again. What is it going to take? This is a brutal cruiserweight matchup with all 4 men at high risk of injury. These 4 men may not get to compete again for a while following this brutal matchup. Gerald with yet another future shock DDT, this time to Mansoor. That's going to send Mansoor to the outside. Atlas with Hurricane Rana to Nese. Gerald with a big boot to Atlas. Huge opportunity here. And still this match continues. I thought personally that would end the matchup. It seemed like a perfect opportunity for Gerald with 2 men outside and Atlas taking a big boot, but Gerald gonna try a spear this time, and that will end this matchup. Gerald picks up a huge victory that could potentially make him the #1 contender to the Cruiserweight title. Atlas will take the fall. No decision for Mansoor or Nice. Gerald with a huge victory, keeping his hot streak alive.
Here is your winner, Gerald.
God is awesome. My God is awesome. Let's go. Yeah. I like that. I always wanted to flip this joint. Let's get it. Yeah.
Okay, and now we turn our attention to our huge main event of the evening, as Dexter Lumis defends the NXT North American title against two WITM members and former members of the stable of the Generation. His #1 contender, Aaron Danger, a man who since day one has tried to capture the NXT North American title. Of course, famously, he came all the way to the finals of the Worlds Collide tournament, only to lose in the end to Adam Cole, and then lose a North American title opportunity on a takeover that took place again on his first night as a WWE superstar versus AI Master. Ever since Danger has set his sights on the North American title, he gets another opportunity here. And then Matt Olson, another member of the former Generation, coming in at #2 in the division rankings, has a huge opportunity to become North American champion in just his second WWE match and first singles match. Even higher stakes than usual here, as the North American champion following this matchup will go on to defend the title in 2 weeks versus NXT champion Johnny Gargano in a winner-takes-all match. Both the NXT and North American titles on the line during NXT's Great American Bash. So huge stakes in this main event. 2 out of 3 chance that a WITM member is going to be North American champion following this edition of NXT. Prior to this huge matchup, we are going to hear from both of the WITM members competing in this matchup, the challengers Aaron Danger and Matt Olson. So let's head backstage and listen to what they have to say. Okay, and one of the 2 challengers in tonight's NXT North American title match main event, Aaron Danger, is going to speak. Let's listen and hear what he has to say. I will forever be grateful for everything that the Generation did for me. Because of them, I was able to get to this moment, and thanks to Matt Olson, we were able to hand the Legion their first and only loss, which allowed me to achieve revenge on my rival AI Master and the traitor to the Generation, Zimms. But now that the Generation is in my past, I can finally focus on my own individual goals. And it starts with something that has eluded me since my very first day in NXT, the NXT North American title. I may have failed in the past to capture it, but now I am faster, stronger, and nothing stands in my way. So Dexter Lumis and Matt Olson, get ready to face the danger. Okay, now we're going to hear from the other challenger, fellow WITM member and also a former member of the Generation, Matt Olson. Let's listen and hear what he has to say. Man, what a crazy month this has been. It started out with creative having nothing for me, then suddenly I was facing and defeating the most dominant faction in WWE today, the Legion, at the past takeover. Now, in just my second WWE match, I have an opportunity to not only become NXT North American Champion, but to prove to my former leader, Aaron Danger, and to the NXT Universe what I am capable of. After all, I eat, sleep, and breathe professional wrestling, and tonight, that's going to become crystal clear when I stand tall as the new NXT North American Champion.
Dress hair to drum.
no trigger fingers go, living the dangerous life.
From Oak Park,
Hey, 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 every day when I wake, I'm trying to get up, they're knocking me down. Hey, 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 when I need to be saved, you're making me strong, you're making me stand. Shot like a rocket up into the sky, nothing can stop me tonight. You make me feel invincible, earthquake powerful, just like a tidal wave. You make me brave, you're my titanium fight song, raising up like the roar of victory in a stadium.
and introducing the champion from Jacksonville, Florida, weighing in at 239 pounds. He is the NXT North American Champion, Dirk Scat Lumis.
Of course, the title is on the line in this one, guys. And don't be surprised if history is made here tonight. I know Sheamus looked good as of late, but I'd say the opposition is looked just as good, if not better. Byron, tell me, is tonight the night the champ gets knocked off his perch? I'm not ready to go there yet, Michael. I know a lot of people are predicting a title change here tonight, but I'm not so sure about that.
Here we go. This is what it's all about. The NXT North American Championship is on the line.
And there is the prize on the line, the prize that Dexter Lumis will be making his first defense of, the prize that Aaron Danger has been trying to get since day one and has always eluded him, and the prize that Matt Olson is trying to win in just his first singles match, second match in the WWE period.
It means you're a tireless competitor.
And it looks like any alliance that Danger and Olsen previously had as members of the generation goes to the wayside right away here with these massive stakes as Danger goes after Olsen, now focuses on the defending champion Lumis, the man formerly known as Samuel Shaw in TNA. Now a new bizarre addition to the NXT roster, and he has already ascended to the North American Championship, ending the long reign of Kushida here in WITM.
Look at this. It looks like they both did their homework heading into this.
Now with Danger down, Lumis goes after Matt Olson. Of course, Lumis and Danger far more experienced in wrestling than Olson. Will that cost Olson in this matchup? Will he be able to shock the world here? Danger clears the ring of the defending champion Lumis and now goes after Matt Olson.
What's he got in mind? Oh my goodness!
Danger sending Olsen to the apron and taunting him. Now Lumis in the ring, and Danger's going to go after him as well. Danger looking strong early on in this matchup and has the momentum advantage, but here comes Olsen from behind with a reverse DDT.
There's a crucifix. Nicely done.
Now here's the defending champion Lumis with an Irish whip and now tossing Olsen high into the air before he turns his attention to Danger. Olsen will head to the outside to recover. He already has his body in the yellow zone. There's a drop kick from Danger. Standing moonsault from Danger. Now Lumis forced to his feet. Danger connects with a suplex. Matt Olsen now back to the ring and recovered. Danger has his sights set on the defending champion Lumis, but Olsen has other plans. He sends Danger into the corner.
Oh no.
During the generation's run in the Indies and the WITM School of Wrestling, Olsen was primarily the singles star of the generation, so Olsen is no stranger to singles wrestling, despite this being his first singles match in the WWE and NXT. Danger now the man who has to recover on the outside as Olsen goes to work on the defending champion Lumis, and actually has some momentum advantage at this point. Here comes Aaron Danger.
Got him where he wants him. Up
And Danger sends Olsen to the canvas. Danger actually has a signature maneuver built up. There's Olsen with a suplex, an opportunity with both men down. Drop kick to Danger, just going to barely phase Danger, and Lumis is going to take him out and now go to work on Olsen. All four men now have health damage with their bodies in the yellow zone. As Olsen connects with a suplex into a cover, and Lumis powers out at one to keep his reign alive for the time being. Danger now with a series of strikes to Olsen. Olsen in a bad way as he takes that super kick. Two body parts that are damaged. Does Danger become North American champion? No, Olsen powers out at two. Danger is in shock. He thought he had finally gotten hold of the elusive North American title, but this match will continue. But Danger now looking for the Danger Stomp to Lumis, and that connects. Now only Olsen stands in his way. Olsen now trying to catch Danger by surprise, but Danger doesn't fall for it, powers out immediately. Now a Hurricane Rana. Danger now in the corner as the defending champion. Lumis is still down, as he has been for quite some time. Danger now forced to the top turnbuckle. What does Olsen have in mind here? It's going to be a suplex from the top turnbuckle, but that took something out of Olsen as well, and gives Lumis an opportunity, who has made his way back to his feet. He kicks with a choke slam, and Olsen breaks up the cover at one. Now Lumis is reversed by Olsen, who trying to seize the opportunity here with both men down. Lumis powers out at two to keep his reign alive for the time. Both Lumis and Olsen have finishers, and Lumis is going to connect with his. Does he remain North American champion? Yes, he does. Unfortunately, Lumis is able to defend against two WITM members. We had a 2-3 chance that a WITM member was going to go on to become North American champion. Unfortunately, the 33% chance that that does not happen is what is going to occur, or has occurred. Lumis remains the North American champion.
Here is your winner, and still NXT North American Champion, Dirk Scat Lumis.
And there's your winner via pinfall. And at this point, I think it's safe to call the champion. I can't think of a better name to end this event, Clayman. Good night, everybody. See you next time.
Okay, and here is your results and rankings update for this edition of NXT. Bayley and Sasha Banks remain Women's Tag Team Champions as they successfully defend their title in a rare appearance on NXT over Shotzi Blackheart and Tegan Nox. Legado del Fantasma, represented by Joaquin Wilde and Raul Mendoza, defeated Indus Sher, who for some reason was not only managed by their actual manager Malcolm Bivens, but Roderick Strong managed him as well because UK20. In our first of two WITM matches, Gerald prevailed in a Cruiserweight Fatal 4-Way by pinning Jake Atlas. Tony Nese and Mansoor took a no decision. In non-title action, the NXT Women's Champion Charlotte Flair defeated the real-life Women's Champion Io Shirai. we have new NXT Tag Team Champions as Brendan Vink and Shane Thorne pulled off an upset by defeating Marcel Barthel and Fabian Eichner of Imperium, the now former champions. And Dexter Lumis retained the NXT North American title by defeating Matt Olson. Aaron Danger takes the no decision, and fortunately for Danger, the North American title continues to elude him. And how does that affect the rankings? Let's find out. The women's tag team champions are Sasha Banks and Bayley. Number contenders Lana and Natalya. Number 2, Billie Kay and Peyton Royce. Number 3, Nikki Cross and Alexa Bliss. Number 4, Shotzi Blackheart and Tegan Knox. The NXT Cruiserweight Champion is Isaiah Swerve Scott, and number contender following his victory is WITM's Gerald. Gerald has been on a hot streak lately, and he is in control of his own destiny. If he remains in that spot, he will be the next man to challenge Isaiah Scott for the NXT Cruiserweight title and avenge his loss during the tournament. Number 2 is Tony Nese. Number 3, Austin Rage, who gets a free move up to number 3 with Atlas losing. Number 4 is Jake Atlas. Number 5, Santos Escobar. Number 6, Mansoor. Number 7, Andrew Spudstrong. Number 8, Brian Kendrick. Number 9, Akira Tozawa. Number 10, Oni Lorcan. The NXT Women's Champion is Charlotte Flair. Number contender Io Shirai. Number 2, Mia Yim. Number 3, Rhea Ripley. Number 4, Casey Catanzaro. Number 5, Candice LeRae. Number 6, Aaliyah. Actually, Shirai lost. I just realized, so she actually needs to move down. So now it is number 1, Mia Yim. Number 2, Io Shirai. Number 3, Rhea Ripley. Number 4, Casey Catanzaro. Number 5, Candice LeRae. Number 6, Aaliyah. Number 7, Kaden Carter. Number 8, Mercedes Martinez. Number 9, Vanessa Bourne. Number 10, Shia Lee. And number 11, Dakota Kai. The NXT Tag Team Champions are Brendan Vink and Shane Thorne. Number contenders Breezango. Number 2, Imperium. Number 3, Undisputed Era. Number 4, Legado del Fantasma. Number 5, Indus Sher. And number 6, Everrise. The NXT North American Champion is Dexter Lumis. Number contender remains Aaron Danger. Since he took a no decision, he is not following the rankings. Number 2 is Cameron Grimes. Number 3, Damian Priest. Number 4, Dominic Dijakovic. Number 5, Killian Dane. Number 6, Kushida. Matt Olson unfortunately falls all the way to number 7. And number 8 is Timothy Thatcher. The NXT Champion and the man who will face Dexter Lumis with both their titles on the line at the Great American Bash is Johnny Gargano. Number 1 contender Adam Cole. Number 2, Finn Balor. Number 3, Tommaso Ciampa. Number 4, Karrion Kross. And number 5, Keith Lee. So now we advance to Raw's Minor Show main events. Will we see the Blood Brothers, who are now eligible, with them being at the bottom of the Raw Tag Team Division rankings, in action? Let's find out. And we will not see the Blood Brothers in action, so I'm going to head off screen and sim this card, and then we'll be back in a moment with your main event results. Okay, and here is results and rankings update for Raw's Minor Show main event. Humberto Carrillo defeated Ali. Ricochet and Cedric Alexander defeated the Viking Raiders, and Akira Tozawa defeated Shelton Benjamin. And how does that affect the rankings on Raw? Let's find out. And to save some time, we're only going to show the divisions affected by the matches on main event. The Raw Tag Team Champions are the Bank Robbers. Number contenders, the Street Profits. Number 2, Cedric Alexander and Ricochet. Number 3, the Viking Raiders. Number 4, the Disciples of Seth Rollins. Number 5, the Blood Brothers. Number 6, Andrade and Angel Garza. The United States Champion is Rey Mysterio. Number contender, Ali. Number 2, Robert Roode. Number 3, Humberto Carrillo. Number 4, Apollo Crews. Number 5, Shelton Benjamin. Number 6, Aleister Black. And number 7, MVP. So now we advance to Friday Night SmackDown Live. I'm sure we are going to hear from the Legion following them completing their mission of holding every title available to male superstars on SmackDown. Also Casey, who went to that winner-takes-all match at Backlash, Universal Champion, and left without his title despite not even getting tagged into the matchup. It's going to be interesting to see where he goes from here and what he has to say about what occurred at Backlash. Will we see any of them in action? Let's find out. Okay, we do indeed have a match for you on the SmackDown Live card. Is going to see Corey and Zimms, still the SmackDown Tag Team Champions of the Legion, taking on old rivals of theirs, The Miz and John Morrison, and non-title tag team action. We are, of course, also going to have plenty of Backlash fallout. We're going to hear from the Legion after Corey captured the Universal Championship, meaning that the Legion now control all of the male titles available to male SmackDown superstars. We're also going to hear from the former Universal Champion Casey, getting his reaction to what occurred at Backlash, him losing the Universal title without even getting tagged into that winner-takes-all tag team matchup. And we may also find out what lies in store for the future of the Universal title with Extreme Rules and SummerSlam fast approaching. But that is going to do it for episode number 30. If you enjoyed it, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss a single moment of WITM action. If you're watching via our Facebook group, be sure to like the page, like the post, and perhaps leave a comment. If you'd like to find out how to join WITM for free, there will be info on that following my sign-off for this episode. But for now, that is going to do it for this episode. Episode number 31, we have tag team action between Corey and Zimms of the Legion versus The Miz and John Morrison, a rivalry renewed, and plenty of Backlash fallout and some insight into the future of Corey's Universal Championship. And also a reaction from Casey, the former champion. Until then, this is Corey with WITM Car Wrestling signing off. Please stay tuned for info on how to join WITM and get your own cause in the action.